Okay, it is now 10:05. Good morning and welcome, everyone. I am Zachary Taylor, one of business development reps for the First Northern Credit Union. This week, we are continuing our third month of our 90 Days to Financial Wellness program in partnership with the City of Evanston. One of our Evanston Community Development representatives and our Director of Sales, David Tognarelli, will be presenting today's webinar, 30 Ways to Trim Your Budget. Please download the handout attachment located on the right-hand side of your screen on the GoToWebinar software. This program begins the second year of our financial wellness programming in partnership with the City of Evanston. For those who want to participate in the remainder of this 90-day credit rebuilding program, we will give you details at the end of the presentation on how to sign up for some supplemental self-paced e-modules. We will also follow up with an email in the next few days, early next week, with the materials that will be presented today. Please visit fncu.org/Evanston for more information about the complete 90-day program and to see upcoming webinars. In addition to the partnership we have with the City of Evanston, First Northern Credit Union does continue our free monthly financial webinars, not only for members, but for the community at large. If you do have any questions during the presentation, please ask them in the chat box or question area, or you can raise your virtual hand through the GoToWebinar platform and we will respond. Your questions do come to us directly and are not shared with anyone else attending, so please don't feel shy. Go ahead and put those questions in there. They come directly to us privately. We appreciate you joining us this morning, and with that, I do turn the microphone over to Mr. Tognarelli. It's all yours, David.
Great. Thank you so much, Zachary. I appreciate the introduction and all the background information for the group, and welcome everyone. Thank you for taking the time on a Saturday morning to join us today and talk about some ideas, some tips, some ways to trim your budget. With that, I'm going to jump right in. So when identifying ways to trim a budget, it is helpful to have a specific goal in mind. You could place a reminder of this goal in your wallet, perhaps on your refrigerator, or anywhere that it will help to remind you that the sacrifices that you're making today are putting you in a position to be closer to reaching your goal in the future. Now, you've already taken the first step. You're here at this workshop. The next step is to determine how you're going to make changes. For most of us, there isn't one single expense that will solve all of our money troubles if we reduce it. Usually, we need to reduce several expenses to get where we want to be financially. So today we'll be discussing 30 ways to trim your budget. Now keep in mind that not all of these suggestions will work for everyone, so take the ones that you like and leave the ones that you don't. For many of us, food expenses take up a significant portion of our budget, which is why it's number one on the list to plan for meals away from home, including when you know you will be away from home during dinner time or on the weekends while you're running errands. Bringing sandwiches or other portable lunch or dinner meals will help you to avoid buying food while you're out and about. Another way to cut back is number two, to take the time to have snacks prepared and ready in the fridge. Examples could include peanut butter sandwiches, plates of cheese and crackers, sliced up fruit, carrot sticks with hummus. So not only will you save time and money, you'll also be assured that you and your family are eating healthy and not eating junk food. These examples are also easy snacks to grab on your way out the door if you'll be out shopping or running errands. Number three on our list is meal planning. Planning menus to make one or more large meals for the week. Most of the time, a single recipe in larger quantities will be much cheaper than purchasing ingredients for a completely separate meal. Large pots of soup and casseroles are great for leftovers or to freeze or to be defrosted later on in the week. You can also get your family involved to help you chop, prep, and bake those meals together. So not only will you save money, but you'll also be spending quality time with your family as well. By taking the time to plan ahead, you can avoid the dining out dollars that definitely will add up quickly throughout the week. Our number four tip is to shop seasonally. Remember, those fruits and veggies that are in season tend to be less expensive than those out of season. So this will help you to save money and to eat fresh at the same time. Number five, when you spot those good deals, buy extra produce. Many foods can be preserved by freezing, washing and chopping first, and then canning, fermenting, and drying, dehydrating. Now, if you buy organic, make sure you do your research to understand which produce items are the least likely to contain pesticide residue. Save your money to buy the organic varieties of produce that tend to have higher amounts of pesticide. If you're interested in learning more, on page 1 of the handout, under number 6, you'll find a link to a video from Consumer Reports that can provide some additional information. Consumer Reports conducted a study and found that, on average, organic foods were 47% more expensive than their non-organic counterparts, but there was a very large range. So once you've done your research and have determined which products you may feel comfortable not buying organic, you will likely be able to reduce your grocery bill each month. Farmers markets. I know there's a great one in Evanston. They're so fun. They can be a great way to buy produce and other foods at reduced prices. Which brings us to our number 7 way to trim expenses. When going to a farmer's market, make sure to shop around with the different merchants. Not all of the stalls will offer the same price for the goods, and you may find that the merchants located closer to the entrance could charge higher prices than those further from the entrance. Strike up a conversation to see if they may be willing to negotiate prices. It can never hurt to ask. Now, when going to a farmer's market, it can be fruitful for your wallet to shop near closing time. When the farmers are closing up shop for the day, they're more likely to offer a deal than when they're just setting up. The options may be a bit more limited, but the trade-off could be that the prices are greatly reduced. Our final tip in the farmers market group, and number 9 on our list, is to ask those farmers for recipes. If you see a vegetable that is a good buy, but you don't know how to prepare it, ask them for ideas. They would love to give you advice on how to create your own farm-to-table meals at home. Don't pass up on a great deal for a rutabaga, a type of root vegetable, just because you don't know how to cook it. Get creative in your cooking and ask for suggestions from the pros. Okay, moving on to health and dental care. Many times when you think about health and dental care costs, you may think that you don't have much control over how much you spend in this area. This may be partially true, as you may already have the most affordable premiums available to you. However, if you focus on the expenses associated with these costs, you may find a few places that you can trim. This brings us to number 10 on our list, and these are much more popular during the pandemic and social distancing. A way to save money on co-payments could be to email your doctor instead of making an appointment, or you could ask for a phone appointment, which again are much more popular now. You may not have a co-payment for emails exchanged and or phone appointments with your doctor. For dental care, you could contact a local dental school to see if they provide low-cost dental care. Many of these teaching facilities have clinics that allow dental students to gain experience by treating patients while providing care at a reduced cost. Now, don't worry, experienced licensed dentists do closely supervise the students. For more tips on finding low-cost dental care, you can see the link on page 2 of our handout. Okay, vehicle expenses, another big one in everyone's budget. Now, depending on how often you drive your car, you could be spending upwards of several $100s per month on gas. You can save on gasoline expenses by using apps like Gas Buddy or Gas Guru to locate the lowest gasoline prices in your area. I've also noticed a feature on Google Maps that's been added lately that lists the gas prices so that you can plan ahead during your trip and allow yourself the time to drive a mile or two out of the way. You may be able to save a good amount of money at the pump by doing this. Spending an extra 10 minutes to save $10 can definitely be worth it, especially if you fill up every other week. That would help you to save $20 over the course of a month. Insurance, a necessary evil for everyone, right? Another expense associated with your vehicle could be the cost of your insurance. Shop around with different insurance companies to see what they may offer. You may have to switch your insurance company to save money and say goodbye to your favorite insurance agent, but it could be worth it if you're able to save quite a bit of money. Check out your insurance coverage with other carriers for all the insurance types that you have, including auto, home, renters, and life insurance. There's also a new type of policy very popular for auto insurance a low mileage option. So if you're not driving as much these days, check out that option for lower premium costs. Our number 14 tip is to ask your current or prospective providers if they offer a discount for combining coverage. Many times you can receive a discount even if you combine just auto and home or renter's insurance. Now, you should also know if you qualify for auto insurance discounts. For drivers aged 50 or over, if you complete the AARP Smart Driver online, you could get a multi-year discount on your auto insurance. See the website under tip number 15 on page 2 of the handout for more information. Also, if you have teens in your policy, ask your auto insurance carrier if they offer a good student discount. Now, keep in mind your agent may not necessarily offer up the discount unless you ask for it directly. Then you may need to provide a copy of your student's report card in order to qualify for that discount. Our final tip on insurance is to call your insurance carrier and ask to review your account to see what coverage you have. You may decide you can lower your coverage if, for example, your car is paid off or if you recently installed an alarm system in your home. It's a good idea to check in your coverage amounts every 6 months with your agent to make sure that you're in the best fit policy. Another necessary evil, taxes, right? Everyone's favorite subject. So if you own a home, consider tips number 17 and 18 on ways to possibly lower your property taxes. You'll want to start by reviewing your property tax card for errors. Your property tax card is a list of information that has been gathered about your property over time by the local tax assessor's office. It includes things like the size of your lot, dimensions of the rooms in your home, and any special features or improvements you've made. Review this information carefully and take note of any discrepancies so that you can inform the tax assessor. If you find mistakes, which are common, especially in Cook County, they must make the correction or conduct a reevaluation. This could lead to a lower property tax bill. And while you're at it, ask your county or property tax department if they offer discounts or exemption programs for senior citizens or disabled persons. Okay, now here's a much more fun subject, right? Pets, way better than taxes and insurance. Our pets need medical care just like we do, and the cost for their care can be as expensive as our own. Just like we reviewed ways to reduce our medical and dental care costs, there are resources available for pet care costs as well. If your animal requires veterinary care and you cannot afford treatment, contact your local veterinary school. They may be able to offer services to you at a discounted rate. Another great resource is the Humane Society. The Humane Society of the United States has several resources available to assist with pet care costs. So check out number 20 on page 2 of the handout for a great resource and more information about these discounts. Here's another big one behind food and auto costs, and that's cell, internet, and cable bills. So our 21st way to trim your budget is to check with your current cell phone, cable, or internet provider to see if they're running any deals or promotions of which you can take advantage. You can also shop around with other carriers. Just like with insurance, there may be a different carrier that is offering discounts for new members. Your current plan may have been the best deal out there when you signed up years ago, but it may not be today. If you find a discount through another carrier, be sure to check with your current carrier. Let them know that you may consider leaving. At that point, they will try to offer up discounts under your current plan to keep you as their customer. Okay, on to clothing and toys expenses. So clothing and toys are expenses that we may not think of when reducing our spending. But saving on these items multiplies quickly, especially if you have a large family with young children. Have you heard of a cookie exchange? How about a kids' clothing and toy exchange? With this idea, invite several ideas to bring Invite several friends to bring their children's lightly used toys and clothes that they may have grown out of to exchange for other lightly used items. Even though they may not be brand new clothing or toys, they will seem brand new to kids who haven't seen them yet. One child's outgrown toy could be another's treasure. Tip number 23 is garage sales and thrift stores. These can be gold mines for finding great deals on gently used toys and books. You may want to bring your children with you so they can be the final judge of whether or not the good find is purchase worthy. You can easily plan on spending half as much at a garage sale or thrift store than you would by buying the items from a regular retail store. Patient restraint and waiting for holiday sales and deals for deals on clothing can pay off. Stores often offer sales for President's Day, Memorial Day, and for back to school. You could save by stocking up on items on sale that you know you will need. Just make sure that you do indeed need the purchase. Otherwise, sometimes the best deal is to not buy at all. Number 25 is for parents. If your children are old enough, encourage them to find a part-time job, such as walking dogs, washing cars, holding bake sales, and babysitting. If they're able to save up and pay for some of their own entertainment or toy expenses, then that will be less money that you'll have to spend. If your child is interested in babysitting, the Red Cross offers a babysitting and child care CPA course to help them acquire babysitting skills. For more information, see the link on page 3 of the handout under number 25. Okay, on to family activities. While saving money is important, so is having fun. Research fun, low-cost, or free activities in your area, and I know there's many in Evanston and Chicago. Check out your local parks, community centers, libraries, historical societies, and community colleges. They may have classes, outings, or other events that you can participate in. Sign up to receive their newsletters so that you're made aware of their upcoming offerings. Another great idea for family activities is to consider volunteering. This is an activity that doesn't cost anything at all. Not only does it provide a fun activity for you and your family to engage in, but it also helps your community. You'll also likely feel a sense of fulfillment knowing that you spent time helping others. For number 28, we have the suggestion of investing in an annual state, city, or county park pass to enter your local park without having to pay the entrance or parking fee each time. State, city, and county parks tend to offer the possibility of several miles of exploring, which allows for several different trips back to back in the same park. Bring a picnic lunch and enjoy a nice day outdoors. But make sure to calculate how many times you think you'll use the pass per year to ensure that you are in fact saving money. Our last 2 ways to trim your budget have to do with spending around the holidays. Now, if you stock up on wrapping paper, tape, and bows after the holidays, stores tend to discount these items deeply in order to make room for other merchandise on their shelves. Choose wrapping paper with simple patterns or solid colors so that they can be used for gift occasions like birthdays, anniversaries, and weddings throughout the year. And finally, are you someone who doesn't use gift cards sometimes when you get them? Or perhaps you got a gift card to a store that you don't need or won't use. Save these cards along with your wrapping paper and consider regifting them to friends or family members throughout the year. Chances are that you have a good idea of someone you know that will use it and appreciate that gift. Okay, in addition to the 30 ways we've gone over today, becoming aware of what triggers may cause you to overspend is a very valuable, knowledgeable way to avoid them in the future. Do you spend more when you're stressed, tired, or bored, for example? Or when the weather's bad? Learn about yourself so you can plan a counterattack to your spending urge when you recognize that a trigger is coming. If you notice that after a stressful week at work, You like to unwind by shopping online for items that aren't in your budget, and believe me, we've all done it, right? Make the decision to read a book instead, take a walk, or find an alternate way to relax. Having a plan for how you'll address the spending urge when it comes up will help yourself to be prepared. A strong financial foundation is created by making smart decisions with our money. You may think that saving a few dollars here and there won't amount to much, but it's the combination of all of your financial decisions, both large and small, that make up your overall financial health. The small everyday choices you make about how you spend your money matter just as much as the larger ones. So that does conclude the presentation today. Like Zachary mentioned at the beginning, we do have a great website with many resources through our partnership with the City of Evanston at evanston.balancepro.org. So I want to take a little bit of time to show the resources available on this site here for the group. This is the site located at evanston.balancepro.org. On this site, there are resources for free financial guidance and services, things like webinars, similar to today's presentation, online tools that include content like articles, financial calculators, podcasts, videos, checklists, quizzes, and more. And then Balance Track. Balance Track are e-modules that you can attend in a self-paced fashion that build towards a specific goal. So to check out the Balance Track option, simply sign up. There's instructions included in the GoToWebinar platform on how to do so. And we've incorporated these e-modules into the 90 days of financial wellness programming that we've partnered with the City of Evanston on. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us and we'll be happy to walk you through the process. And that concludes our presentation for today. Thank you so much, everyone. So I want to check in with Zachary and see if there's any other questions that have gone unanswered or if all the questions have been answered during the presentation, Zachary.
Thank you so much for all that great information. I hope everyone enjoyed that. That was a lot of great stuff. We had a few questions that came through. I believe I got them answered on there, so I don't have anything else to pass along to David. Thank you for the questions that did come in. I hope those were good enough answers for you. I do want to thank everyone again for joining us today and taking the time out to take a look at this presentation. We always hope you walk away with a little bit more knowledge on the subject presented, or at the very least remind you of some basics you may have already known. Again, we are going to follow up the PowerPoint that was presented today, so keep an eye out for that. It'll have the PowerPoint and any information that was shared. If you do have any additional questions, feel free to email us with those. If they pertain to the presentation, great. If they pertain to the 90 days of financial wellness, we'll answer those as well for you. And as David said, we want to thank you again, and we hope you have a great rest of the weekend. I'm going to pass it back to David if there's any final words. If not, thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Just want to thank everyone again for joining us, taking steps to improve your financial wellness. Like Zachary mentioned, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're happy to discuss ideas with you, whether you're a current member of the credit union or not. A lot of great resources available through our partnership with the City of Evanston, and I hope that everyone has a wonderful weekend.